Now during the lifetime of the patriarch Abraham, the Lord goes to him in Hebron to tell Abraham that his wife is going to have a son. But this was not the only reason the Lord is there. Then the Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham the thing which I am about to do?" And so God said to Abraham, "I have come down to visit the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. I hear the roar of perversion and wickedness in the cities, and I am thoroughly grieved." So the Lord goes on to tell Abraham that he is going to destroy the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. But Lot, Abraham's nephew, is living in the city of Sodom. So Abraham intercedes for his nephew and says, "What if you find good and just men within the city? Will you destroy the city with the righteous? That is not your character, Lord, to destroy righteous men with the wicked. Shall not the judge of all the earth do what is right?" The Lord said, "If I find 10 righteous men in the city, I will not destroy it." But wouldn't you know it, there was not 10 just men in the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. Then the angel rose up and looked towards Sodom, and Abraham walked with them a little ways and talked with the Lord. When the angels came to Sodom in the evening, Lot was sitting at the gate of the city. When Lot saw them, he rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground, for he perceived that they were angels. And he said, "My lords, please come into your servant's house." So the angels agreed and went into Lot's house. Then the men of the city, young and old, came to get the 2 strangers, the angels, that had just entered the city. For the men wanted to have sex with the 2 strangers they saw. So Lot goes outside to the men of the city to try to stop them from trying to have sex with angels. And Lot says to them, "No, my friends, don't do this wicked thing. Look, I have 2 daughters who have never slept with a man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what you want with them. But don't do anything to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof." So Lot told the men that he would rather allow his virgin daughters to sleep with them than for them to defile the angels. This is how wicked the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were. And the men of the city said, "How dare you try to judge us? We allowed you to come and live in our city. We will deal worse with you than we will deal with them. Move out of our way." So as the men of the city are trying to get into Lot's house to take the angels grab Lot and pull him back into his house and slam the door. Then the angels caused all the men of the city that were outside of Lot's house to go blind. Then the Lot, "Do you have anyone else here? Sons-in-law, sons, daughters, or anyone else in the city who belongs to you? Get them out of here, because we are going to destroy this place." The outcry to the Lord against his people is so great that he has sent us to destroy it. So Lot was able to go out and speak to the 2 men that were pledged to marry his daughters. He said, "Hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city." But the 2 men thought he was joking, so they would not go. With the coming of the dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, "Hurry, take your wife and your 2 daughters and get out of here, or you will be swept away when the city is punished." When he hesitated, the men grabbed them by hand and led them safely out of the city, for the Lord was merciful to them for Abraham's sake. As soon as they had brought them out, one of the angels said to them, "Flee for your lives. Don't look back. Don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will be destroyed." Lot says to the angels, "Can we at least go to the city of Zoar, which is one of the 5 cities of the plains of Jordan?" The angel agrees with Lot, and he goes to Zoar, and as they're escaping to Zoar, Lot's wife turns around and looks back at the city as it's being destroyed, and she is immediately judged by God because he told them not to look back, and she is instantly turned into a pillar of salt. The pillar of Lot's wife is believed to still be standing over the site of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah fire and brimstone, which is sulfuric rock, from heaven, and he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and all the vegetation around the cities. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a great pillar of salt. This area near the Dead Sea is believed to be where Sodom and Gomorrah once stood. Eventually, the Dead Sea, over many centuries, the water had begun to evaporate, and it wasn't able to replenish itself. Eventually became so salty that no life in the sea was able to survive, hence the name the Dead Sea. It is believed that Sodom and Gomorrah were on or near the shores of the Dead Sea, and others believe that it plunged underneath the sea. The lesson of Lot's wife reveals that we should not turn back into sin after God has delivered us, for it will ultimately consume us.